if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
So I just came from watching X-Men 97, the new show on Disney Plus, where we have the X-Men now trying to move on after Charles Xavier has passed away. On this channel, I know that I have a good sizable amount of people who subscribed because I reviewed the Marvels and it did really well. So I know there's some people who might be interested in what I have to say about this show. This will be a non-spoiler review because wow, this show has really surprised me. Going into it, because it's a cartoon, an animation, whatever you want to refer to it as, my mind was like, it's just going to be some feel-good fan service, no real stakes, just one of those episodes where it starts and ends, and this problem starts somewhere in the middle and ends by the time the episode has wrapped up. How wrong I was. And just so you know, I'm watching this from the perspective of someone who, the original show, the one from, is it 1992 or 1993? Yeah, the original animated show, I probably watched when I was very young, like very young, very, very young. Yeah, I might have watched maybe like an after school special or something, so I didn't even bother to go back to rewatch it before watching this, simply because I didn't want it to have the Avatar Last Airbender effect. Let me tell you what the Avatar Last Airbender effect. The Avatar Last Airbender effect is when you go watch the animated series and then you watch the remake on Netflix or the reboot or whatever the hell it is. You watch it, the live action, and your brain is constantly doing comparisons, and it just removes you from enjoying what you're currently watching, So I said, I'm not going to go watch the original cartoon from back in the day. I'm just going to go into this with fresh eyes, and whatever little I remember from back when I was young, that's what I'll go with. But I remember so little. I remember so little. Anyway, I'm not going to spoil anything. All I should mention is that the writing in this show is very good. I am shocked just how good it is. As I said, I'm not going to spoil it. There's this one scene where there's a letter being read, and when the letter was being read, the characters begin crying, and I also found a midget of tears in there. That is the moment I noticed, is this what good writing feels like? It's been a while since I watched something which especially from Marvel, which I could say was actually good writing, So I'm very surprised, but I just have two issues with this show. It's that, number one, some of the dialogue felt a bit unnatural. Like there were some scenes where Jean just does like exposition. There were like two parts, like one part in episode 1 and one part in episode 2 where she does like exposition, but it's just a minor nitpick. Also, there's the way I get it, characters speak differently, but there was some stuff that Storm said and Wolverine said that I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't rewatched the original show. Maybe to those who've watched the original show, maybe this might come off as just naturally the way they talk. But other than that, I really enjoyed the way Magneto, there's a lot of like subversion of what you'd expect the story to go like, and they just turn it around and do different stuff with it. Very surprised with it. I also, I don't like it when characters like talk in like Wikipedia form, but there's a way Beast goes about giving you scientific facts about stuff that I enjoyed. It just shows his character is supposed to be this witty, intelligent dude. It separates him from like how Rogue talks. I'm also not a fan of the accents now that I've brought up Rogue, but these are just minor nitpicks. I get characters have to speak differently. My second issue is that this is the first 2 episodes, and my only issue is I just hope, even though the first 2 episodes are really good, and if you haven't watched them, you should go experience them for yourselves. I hope that they don't do like a bait and switch, because Marvel will give you a really good trailer, or just Disney in general. They'll give you a really good trailer and you'll be like, yes, yes, yes. Then you watch the movie and you're like, no. Hope that with the first 2 episodes, how really good they are, can imagine for the people who maybe the original show is really fresh in their minds, how much must have enjoyed this and caught all like the Easter eggs and the references and whatnot. Imagine I enjoyed it and I can't even remember the original show that well. So I can only imagine the ones who are like really into the original X-Men, how much they must have enjoyed this. But I hope that the first 2 episodes, the good writing that is here consistently goes into the other episodes. That's what I hope. In like I just mentioned Avatar Last Airbender. In Avatar Last Airbender, I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. By the time we're getting to episode 4, I was so annoyed with just how much they changed, how bad the writing was. I think I would have not enjoyed it regardless whether I had watched the original or not, because sometimes bad writing is so in your face that you just can't avoid it. You just can't act like it's not there. You can see it, yeah, and it's affecting even your enjoyment of the show. Anyway, first 2 episodes of X-Men 97, I'd actually give them a 9 out of 10. Yeah, they're very good. They're very, very good. Believe the hype. If you see anyone saying that this show is good, at least the first 2 episodes so far, if you see anyone saying that, believe them. I know that Marvel has really lost the confidence of a lot of people, and they are rebooting an old show that maybe even a lot of people like me may not remember. But I genuinely believe that the writing there was very good. Believe it or not, I personally, I'm not speaking even for other reviewers, I personally don't go in with this anti-woke mindset. I don't go in wanting to hate the show. I don't want to go in nitpicking small things. Especially right before this show dropped, there was all this talk about, oh, they stole Rogue's ass. I was seeing those thumbnails online. They stole Rogue's ass and her feminine features. Here, I mean, you could see the way Storm and Rogue were looking. They looked quite feminine in my eyes. I don't know, I felt like those were just minor nitpicks. There were also certain themes, like themes of, like I said, I don't want to spoil anything, themes of family and stuff that you typically don't see in Disney content nowadays. The stuff that they try to get rid of, and while they insert their woke agenda nonsense, they really super like normal stuff. Let me say it like that. Normal stuff that the normal viewer wants to watch. Yeah, found myself very engaged and very sucked into it. And yeah, I didn't know. Let me be honest. I had my phone right next to me, and I was like, I'm probably going to be like, I don't know, on WhatsApp chatting with people while I watch this, because I was like, I don't know. Whenever something is in cartoon form, you never feel like they're like super stakes. But I found myself putting my phone down and actually willing to watch and be very, very engaged with what I was watching. The first 2 episodes are really well done. All I would ask is, if you have watched the second episode, please tell me what was that ending. I have no idea what that ending was. And also there's this thing between Rogue and Magneto. Maybe you can explain that to me. There's this thing that happened between them. You know what I'm talking about. If you watched episode 2, there's this thing that happened that I don't know how it's happening. I don't want to spoil it, but if you watch the show, you know what I'm referring to. Just my general thoughts on X-Men 97 right now. Smash like and subscribe. I will probably review the other episodes non-spoiler as time goes by. And then on the screen, I'll leave other Marvel things. I'll see you in the next one.